Hi guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another Forza Motorsport video. Now, in today's video, we are in the GT class at Yas Marina, the new track, or it was new kind of a couple of weeks ago. But first of all, I just got to say that, unfortunately, my Wi-Fi has been down for the last kind of 3 days, so I haven't actually been able to play any more races and get any more videos recorded for Forza, so that's why we're having to kind of fall back on some of my older archived videos. So this is why this race happened just after this track was released, so when the track was brand new. And obviously it's now been out for a couple of weeks, so it's not that interesting, but nonetheless it's not a bad race, so let's get into it. Okay, so we are here at Yas Marina in the BMW M6 in a beautiful Monster Energy, I don't know what that is, Mexico livery. It's just a livery I saw. It's one of the more popular ones for this car, and I really like the look of it. So immediately there, BMW in front of me not going anywhere, so having to take some extreme action to avoid him, but luckily I do, and I managed to avoid getting shunted in the rear as well. I've got a couple of cars off here. We've got BMW there, as you can see, getting absolutely shunted, that Bilstein BMW there. Another BMW just stranded in the middle of the track, not even moving, or barely moving, so obviously not a good day to be a BMW. Let's hope I don't have the same outcome. Now, a few cars there getting caught up in each other, and I'm up to 11th place already, so I started at the back pretty much, so kind of 22nd I think I started, 21st, up to 11th place already, so not too bad. But as you can see here, the main weakness of this BMW, or one of them, kind of starts to show, which is the straight line speed. Well, to be honest, it doesn't really matter how fast you are in a straight line if that Porsche just wants to cut the corner completely and shunt me out of the way. So fair play, he got a 0.8 second penalty for that, which probably wasn't harsh enough, but oh well, better than nothing. But yeah, as I was saying, this car's straight line speed is not particularly strong. It does lose out to most of the other cars, so you do have to make up for it in the corners. You see there, I kind of just went into the back of him, but I didn't really feel too bad because he basically shunted me out of the way before, so nonetheless, back up to 11th place. But yeah, you have to make up for the lack of straight line speed in this car through the corners, which actually, this car is very good through the corners. It is a bit oversteery. You'll notice I'm not using traction control, which I probably should be. I think if you have traction control on sport mode for this car, it actually helps quite a lot. Just because the rear wheels do like to spin on this car, and it does oversteer a little bit. You have to be, as you saw right there, you have to be quite gentle on the throttle on the exit of corners. But if you can tame it, this car is actually very quick through the corners. Now, this guy in front of us, Positivity, that I just went into the back of there, if you keep an eye on him, you'll notice a trend in his driving, which is that he just completely fails to make any braking point for pretty much any of the corners that we see him do. I'll point them out as we go through, but he quite literally overshoots every single corner that we see that is coming up. So yeah, look out for that one. But a bit of a gaggle of cars up ahead. We've got the guys going 3 wide, so hopefully they might take each other out in the next corner. It is a big old braking zone for this kind of sharp chicane coming up. Now, Gosling there, I mean, you see the difference in straight line speed, but then he brakes really early, so maybe the brakes there not quite so good. So I do get a move back on him. Positivity has a look up that corner, but then isn't able to make it happen. So 10th place, not really dropping too far back from the guys ahead, but again, we've got these people in behind us who are pretty close. But here, just to prove my point, there's Positivity going deep on the brakes, so there's the first one. And then he looks for a move on the inside. I give him the space because I don't want to just cut him off there. Then a bit of a shoddy move there, which he obviously didn't like. He goes inside of me there. And I kind of let him go back past because I did feel a bit bad for that move. It wasn't particularly clean. But as you can see, actually, even despite me and the Audi in front getting into some trouble, the guys ahead have obviously been fighting a lot because we have caught up with them, as well as that Ford there who who went wide. So 2 places made there, got back past Positivity. And we're right in the rear of this group ahead of us. But again, as you'll see, Positivity here just completely forgets to brake and he's gone. So that is the last time we'll see him and his antics. So we've got this pink Porsche on our right here. Takes a bit of a weird line through that sweeping right-hander. And he defends the next corner, goes on the inside. And then those 2 guys just dive up the inside of me. Actually not a terrible move, to be honest, from them. The Audi makes it happen. And so it's a drag race down the straight. But again, look at the top speed of that Audi. I mean, it's obviously largely down to the tune he's got, because this is post Audi nerf. So that Audi is nerfed, so it's not that strong anymore. But he's obviously got a tune on it that makes that top speed pretty powerful. Now there, unfortunately, we get just stuck on the bumper of that green Porsche, which is something that's been in Forza for pretty much as long as Forza has existed. But it just meant that we got caught up just for a second, and that allowed that Ford there to go past and the green Porsche. The Ford going wide there and then comes back, and we kind of just get caught up in each other, not particularly clean. And then that Viper is able to go through. So we're dropping back quite a few places here. Although the Viper there does have a 4.5 second penalty, so that's something to think about. And these cars in front of us just not really going anywhere. They're just getting caught up in each other constantly. So definitely the opportunity for a lot of moves to be made here. I have to say it's real bumper car racing here. We've been going into people constantly. We've got a couple of cars who have obviously got caught up ahead. We've got a BMW that's a bit slow. So considering we're halfway through this race, this group of cars is so tightly packed together that actually is making for some interesting racing. You see there that Ford brakes in a corner that is really barely a lift, so I wasn't expecting that, and I go into the back of him, which is a bit annoying because it loses us both time to the pack ahead. And here, that Ford is another car that is not strong in a straight line. And even in the slipstream, I'm not able to catch up with him really. So that kind of does show the weakness of this car. Now, if you look ahead, you might just see a car getting properly shunted off there. So that's a position we've made up. Ford kind of shunts me wide. I do cut the corner there a bit, and I was aware of it. And I actually backed off to let him go past. But even so, game gives us a 0.8 second penalty. So yeah, we've got to deal with that. But it kind of was deserved in a way. I did cut the corner. So nonetheless, we will continue. Still in 11th place. It's obviously our favourite position for this race. Now the Viper goes very wide here, but so do I. I get that corner pretty wrong. And then these 2 cars up ahead getting caught up on each other. Is there going to be the opportunity for a move coming through the last set of corners? Yeah, it looks like it. The Ford getting a little bit happy on the throttle there, and I'm able to get a nice easy move on him. Then there's an Audi into the wall, and a BMW that's obviously, they've had a bit of a collision there. And then I go for a move up the inside of the Viper, and I felt bad about it, so I backed off to let him go back past. But he just decides to tell me off for that move and go into the side of me. So at that point I was like, well, you know what, he's lost his chance. I'm not going to let him past, and he falls right back. So it's kind of a lesson there that's why you shouldn't try and take revenge on someone when they hit you, because chances are there's a good chance you'll just be able to overtake them and get that position back. But if you drive into someone, then you're going to slow everyone down anyway, so you're not doing yourself any favours. And that was a pretty good example of that. But nonetheless, don't have to think about him anymore. We've got a BMW here in front of us who are having a good battle with. And this BMW is pretty equal to us in terms of straight line speed. It's also not very strong. So we're pretty much neck and neck down this back straight here. As you can see, he also has a 6.6 second penalty, so you're not really looking to have to overtake him on track, and he goes wide there anyway, so we get past him up to third prematurely, but that's only because we hadn't pitted. So skipping ahead to lap 6 here, we've now pitted, we've put some softs on. As you can see, with the soft tyres, we have been able to catch up with the cars ahead. Now, I don't think either of these guys have pitted, because you see the Falcon there, I think he might have just let me go past, and then the Lamborghini just goes wide there. He's obviously on very old tyres, I think, so just not able to fight for their positions. So 10th place now, and we have our friend Lucas in the green Porsche up ahead. So we'll see if we can catch up with him before the end of the race, coming on to lap 7 now. Now I did make one position, someone else was in the pits there, so up to 9th. And we are right behind Lucas here, coming up to the end of the last lap. And it's also worth noting that Lucas has a 1.3 second penalty, so we actually only need to be 0.5 seconds behind him, but he goes wide there, and I'm able to just tuck under the inside, and I think he is probably on medium tyres, and they're probably quite old, so my nice much newer soft tyres just allow me to absolutely take off there. You can see, if you look at the time, he obviously made a mistake because he's dropped right back 2 seconds already, 2.5. And coming up to the last set of corners, 7th place is in overtake distance, and he's really slow through these corners. He's obviously on really old tyres. I actually get the move done here on track. However, with my 0.8 second penalty, unfortunately, he is going to take that position back overall. So, not a terrible race there, but certainly not one of my better ones. But unfortunately, as I said earlier, with the Wi-Fi being down, I'm having to kind of use up some of my my older races. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you're enjoying all the videos. If you are, let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys soon.